Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating.
And we're still here, still David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 374 of the One Up Gaming podcast. So this is the part of the show where we're just going to go through the games that we've been playing this week. So the first two, I'll just quickly go over again because it's the same games I've been playing. EA Sports FC24, still playing through the single player mode of the player career, where you create your own player, play that one position and try and get them better equipped, better stats, that kind of thing, which I think is quite a cool idea and I do enjoy playing that. It's just one of those things where sometimes you just don't realise how long you're playing the game for and it can drag a wee bit. But I'd recommend it. EA Sports FC24, good little game. Next up we had Forza Motorsport. And again, I am just playing through the single player mode. I haven't really played any multiplayer games for a long time. But again, it looks amazing. I love the particle effects in the clouds and the smoke through the environments, the lighting, all that kind of stuff looks amazing with it. The gameplay, I'd be hard pushed to tell you the difference between like 6, 7, 8. I still think 3 and 4 were the best Forza games. I did love 2, but it was rock hard. But yeah, so Forza Motorsport, great game. And so the next game we've been playing is the Lords of the Fallen. We got sent this to review. And I hadn't played the original game, I don't think, or I can't remember playing it anyway. And I think this is one of the first fully released games for the Unreal Engine 5, and I must admit I couldn't tell if it was like Unreal Engine 4 or Unreal Engine 5. I do think, considering it's a brand new engine, they've got the game up and running and working quite well. I did notice how when the camera cut to a different, so the camera's looking at your character talking, then it cuts to someone else. As it does that, it sometimes has the environment pop in sort of thing, so the detail, it'll be like a low detail character, then it'll just pop in and it's quite noticeable. And I did know that this happened on Unreal Engine 4, so I don't know how well this will work on Unreal Engine 5, but graphically it looked good, it played well. I like some of the Souls sort of style games, but this one is a Souls style game, and then you had the other option of buttons and stuff to go into like a nether realm. Like you press the button and your view changes and you go into like a different plane of existence sort of thing. And for me it was just too complicated, too much to get into. I prefer just walking around trying to hit things and dodge, and it works. It's classic. But I will say, Lords of the Fallen, good looking, plays well. I would recommend it if you are into that sort of game, and it's got a little twist, just a little bit different. So next up we have Kart Rider Drift, and this one, I think it was a free-to-play game, and it was just like a Mario Kart clone-esque sort of game. It looked nice, it played nice, the graphics are really good, and I would say it's one of the better kart racing games I played for a long time, and I did think it was a good game. So yeah, Kart Rider Drift, good little game. Next up, VSCO Collection. Now I really should have wrote these down, but I think it's got 5 games with it. It's got a side-scrolling shoot 'em up. It's got a side on Pong sort of game. It's got a racing game. It's got a football, soccer game. I think it's got a side on beat 'em up sort of game, platformer. And out of all of them, the racing game I really loved. I'm sure it's just Neo Drift. I can't remember. I mean, I think they've changed the name of some of these games. So I think they were originally came out for other systems where maybe the Neo Geo, like the racing game came out on the Neo Geo and it was like Neo Drift, so they've had to change the name. I might be wrong, but it looks almost exactly the same. I might be wrong, But all games, there's no classics amongst the games, but they're all adequate. And 5 games in the collection, it's not bad. It plays well. The look, if you like the pixelated 16-bit sort of look, they're really nice. So I would say it's a nice little game. I'm not sure how much the game was. Like I said, we got sent the game to review, but it's a good little game. I enjoyed it. A weird one now. Quake Arena Arcade. I think I bought this for a couple of quid and loaded up the game. It's basically Quake 3 Arena, but it's been stripped back a wee bit and modernised a little bit, and it came out for the Xbox 360 in 2011, 2012, that sort of time, maybe even earlier. It's a good little game, fast twitch gameplay. Not sure how well the world is with the player base and all that kind of thing, because these sort of games live and die by the amount of players on each day. So if you just buy it for a quick blitz, I'm sure there'll be a split screen mode, and that'll play really well and it'll look nice. So Quake Arena Arcade, good little game, but yeah, your experience may vary with the amount of people on the game servers. Next up, another game we got sent to review, DreamWorks Trolls Remix Rescue. Now this one is a very simple, kiddified 3D platform game where you have to collect, I think the diamonds, I can't remember, gemstones. And it did have a story of the Blues Souls guy taking over everyone with the blues music, and you didn't because you had your headphones on, and then you have to try and rescue your friends and save the day. Graphically, it's not good, but it's not bad. It's just okay. Gameplay is a little bit stilted, a little bit stiff. The movement's not the best, and I still think that some of these made for kids games just don't play as well as they maybe should. But graphically, it's not the best, but again, when you get into the game and you start talking to the characters, they do look like the characters they're meant to be, they sound like the characters, and it can be quite fun. So if you have kids, and I'd say 5 to 10 year olds, this would be perfect for them, I'd say. So Trolls Remix Rescue. Game Mill, you're making a shit ton of games recently. This one's not too bad, but you've done a dirty on a lot of the other games you've released recently. So Future War Reborn is the next game we played, and this one is like a twin stick shooter where you are in a mech suit, and I must admit I quite enjoyed what I played. I thought it was fun. It's very cheaply made. It's only got static like pictures of people talking and stuff, and the cutscenes are not the best, but the gameplay is where it shines, and it is a really good little game. I enjoyed this immensely, and I thought it was really fun. So Future War Reborn, good little game, and I really would recommend it. Top down view, twin stick controls, and it's just a nice game. Then the last game we played this week is Re.Surs, and this one is a 2D side-scrolling action platform strategy puzzle interactive game with a shooter element. It's very pixelated style and look. It's very cyberpunk-ish in the style of the graphics and the neon signs and the noir sort of styling. I quite enjoyed it, and then the gameplay came in with the shooting, and it just seems like you're walking through, and it stops to a section, and you have to kill all the enemies, and then you carry on walking, and it stops to a section, kill all the enemies. So it can maybe get a bit grating after a while, but I did enjoy what I played. I thought it looked good. I thought the characters were good, and I was interested in the story and seeing where the story actually led further into the game. That is Re.Surs, and I'd say that's really a good little game. And I would actually say that out of all the games played this week, there was no duds. They were all good little games, and I enjoyed all of them. So that's what we've done this week on episode 374 of the One Up Gaming podcast. Please follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have new videos every week. Every Monday we have the UK Top 40 charts. Every Tuesday we have a Boosteroid video. Every Wednesday we have a Which is Best. Every Thursday we have a retro inspired video. Every Friday we have the podcast. Every Saturday we have the games played this week. And every Sunday we have the roundup of this week's news. So David here, One Up Gaming. Quick break and we're back with this week's news.